Good luck. 35192. Text Mary. 50th texter wins.
Welcome back.
Local DJ and all-around female orgasm denier, Alan Cox.
This is the Alan Cox Show
on 100.7 WMMS.
Guardians play tonight. A little bit of an early game. 6:10 is the start here on MMS, so we'll roll out a couple of minutes early. 6:10 starts tonight and tomorrow night. They're coming off a big, big weekend. Sweeping the Twins in Minnesota. They start up tonight against the LA Angels. 6:10 here on WMMS and on the iHeartRadio app. If you listen to the show on the app, tell me where you do it. If you're out of state, I will make sure you are added to our map. Spencer listens in Alton, Illinois. I know where that is. It's in right across the river. It's in the St. Louis metro area. When I was on in St. Louis, got a lot of calls from Alton, Illinois. Amanda listens in Plant City, Florida. Isaiah is our bureau chief in Jacksonville. April listens in Moore Park, California. And Jim is in Kapa'a, Hawaii, if he's still there and listening. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Jason the Magician.
Oh, Jason the Magician.
This is the guy I saw.
This is the guy you saw.
Yeah.
All right. Is he
the guy you saw? So
Jason, are you calling to defend yourself
to...
against Mary's claims of you being predatory?
Well, I wasn't. No. This call went south quick.
Right.
I was calling to talk about the psychic thing and give my opinion, but then I heard Mary say we had a good show, so I have nothing bad to say about psychics.
Oh, I see.
I think they're fantastic. Yeah. I was calling about your psychic thing. They're interesting. I don't disagree with you that you can't tell. It's predatory is what I'm trying to say.
Clearly, there's animosity between the illusionist community and the psychic community.
We do not stay at go to the same conventions. There's
Right.
no, guild of magicians, and the psychics don't agree.
But I don't feel like you can make a blanket statement that it's all predatory.
It is not if you're doing like tarot, but then when you're handing over your will to a psychic, yes, it is. Like if you're signing over your will and stuff, it gets pretty predatory pretty quick. You can't disprove it. Am I right?
Well, what do you mean by that? Signing over your will? Oh, you mean your death will?
Yes, your
Yeah, like-
death will.
I thought you meant like your free will.
No, you believe so strongly in this psychic that some of those people who are of zero scruples will be like, well, make me power of attorney and all. That's that's taking it to an extreme, obviously, but that's not going to happen. You're probably not going to make your bartender
Right.
power of attorney.
Right.
Maybe you will. I don't know.
It's,
Mary's point, if I can speak for you,
Sure.
mansplain
loves
Mary's.
that.
No, you know what I
My
mean? Though?
favorite thing.
No, but you established this. I would just be quoting you. Basically, you're taking, you're saying everything is voluntary. Doesn't matter
No,
what you're talking
I
about.
was saying
Everything is
that-
voluntary, and if you can't stop yourself from doing it, that's on you, not on them.
Right. That if you want to say that one thing is predatory, then you can look at almost anything as predatory.
And that's where we part company.
Right.
I would agree because I probably wouldn't have a job if we called everything predatory with that. Okay, I get it. I agree with that. All right. But to draw the line, it's hard because we have different situations where I'll do like a card trick. I'll find someone's card and then they're asking me to speak to their dead relative 10 seconds later. So they are volunteering that.
That's probably the difficulty, too, is that everybody thinks that everything is under the same rubric of, like, seeing into another world or whatever. And so they're like, hey, my card was the two of hearts. Is my grandpa up there?
Connect our two hearts.
Also, I think it's pretty weird that people think that their dead relatives always want to talk to them. Well, maybe it's a relief. Maybe
Yeah,
they're like,
Thank
the
God.
one good thing about being dead is I don't got to talk to so-and-so anymore.
Yup.
Okay, but
100%. My relatives are alive and don't even want to talk to me, so I don't know about dead relatives. So
Jason,
it's,
your wife is a mentalist, right? So, I mean, really, and you would be able to speak better than I could, what's the difference between her and a psychic?
the difference
She's reading
is
minds,
you're coming
right?
to a theater. Yeah, Yeah, sometimes.
He's not trying to put his wife out.
Yeah, there's a trick to
She's listening to this now. I'm sorry, Stacey. You can hear this. Yeah, you're coming to a theater to see us, and she is using some trickery and some psychology. We have to be very clear about that because my wife is still a legal therapist. She's a licensed therapist. And so we come out and we have to be very blunt that this is entertainment.
And there?
She's able to use this.
So let's come at it. Let's come at it from the legal standpoint. Then, are there any disclaimers? Because it sounds like you have to make certain disclaimers. Are there any disclaimers that commercial psychics, have to give to people? Probably not, because they go, "Hey, you came in here."
Even on Miss Cleo's thing, it was like for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
Like where it's like you're calling in, you're spending your money. We're literally just hanging out. Like this is all for fun.
That's kind of their get out of jail free card.
Right.
100%. It's at the beginning of our show. Mary saw it the other night. I come out and say, what I do for a living is I lie for a living. I'm a liar. Like everything you see tonight is not true. Yeah. So I'm pretty clear that what you're seeing is like out of a magic book. But no, I mean it's just like the disclaimer when you watch a movie. Don't try this at home before Jackass. It kind of keeps them from getting sued when somebody jumps off the roof or something.
Sure.
That disclaimer's there.
Yeah.
There's a really good documentary called The Honest Liar on Netflix. It's all about this stuff.
Huh.
Mary's
really
hate that.
Yeah.
I'm already putting it in my Google.
Yeah. Well, listen. If there's one thing we've learned is there's millions and millions of people in this country who love being lied to.
Yeah.
So that's just good for business. Yeah.
Jason, did you watch Derek Delgadio's special, the
In and of itself
on Hulu?
It's unbelievable. What did you think of it?
I loved it.
It
brought me to tears. I thought it was
it.
incredible sleight of hand. Like everything about it was awesome to me. Mary
Despised it. I don't like him as a person.
So
I don't
heard
like
both
what he
sides
does.
of this, and I understand where you're coming from because I heard of people that went to the show that didn't realize it was a magic show they were going to, and it didn't make sense as in somebody that was going to see it as a magic show. Like if you didn't know it was a magic show, it would kind of. I remember you talking about this. It was kind of creepy. Is that your thing, Mary?
But it was like it felt like he was crossing a line, like with the letters from the dead relatives and stuff like that.
And how come there's never any sleight of foot?
Yeah, I know how Facebook works.
I think on Pornhub, that's probably a fetish thing. You could probably find sleight of foot.
Yeah, I typed in sleight of foot and a lot. Yeah, it was Santora toes at gmail.com came up.
And that'll be some sleight of foot.
There you go. Right. So I would imagine that there would be some, going all the way back to Houdini. He hated psychics. He was like trying to expose people all the time for being engaging in all kinds of chicanery. And there's probably
a lot. Why? Have you heard the story of why?
Because of his
he
mother.
Went to a psychic. His mom, she didn't speak any English, and she was Jewish. And this psychic wrote out this paper and put a cross at the bottom, a Christian cross. And so, for the next 20 years, he, went after psychics like crazy.
Yeah, I guess unless you catch them in something, you can't debunk what they're doing. But, I don't know. So, listen, the bottom line is Mary liked your show, and that's the important part.
You put money in an orange, and it blew my mind.
I appreciate that. That's pretty much my job skills is putting money in an orange. That's all I really am qualified to do.
Yeah, right.
So,
all right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, pal. There's Jason Allen. Is that his name?
Yes.
Jason Allen. Okay.
His wife, Stacey.
And he and his wife are illusionists. She's a mentalist. He's an illusionist and a therapist.
Yeah, they said that at the beginning of the show, like you said, where she's like
she's a theramentalist,
licensed psychologist, and that there is some psychology behind what she does, and it is all entertainment based and whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're over here at the whatchamacallit?
Alex Theater at the 9.
Alex
I
Theater
think that's
at
where
the
they
9.
normally
Yeah,
perform,
I think they usually are there most weekends. There's also I can't remember who it is, but there was a scientist or someone that had a standing offer to any psychic that said, "Hey, if you can pass this test, I will give you millions of dollars."
Yeah, it was the Amazing Randy, I think.
Is that?
I think a long time ago.
Is that
the
a
Amazing
scientist's name?
No.
Amazing Randy.
Randi. I think he was a mentalist or something too. I might be thinking of something else, but I think the Amazing Randy was the guy who had the open bounty for anybody who could prove
That they had psychic
Yeah,
abilities
I'll
or
give
whatever.
you $1 million.
Yeah.
I could be wrong because there were a lot of people back in the day who were kind of doing
yeah.
similar things. But
$1 million paranormal challenge. Yeah.
that was the Amazing Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Randi Educational Foundation pay out $1 million to anyone who could demonstrate a supernatural or paranormal ability under agreed upon scientific testing criteria. A version of the challenge was first issued in 1964. Over 1,000 people applied to take it, but none were successful. The challenge was terminated in 2015.
When I was a kid, there was a guy named Uri Geller. I don't know if anybody remembers Uri Geller. This guy would probably be about 80 years old now, but he was all over TV when I was a kid. And he was famous for like bending spoons and doing these
with his
illusions.
mind
Yeah.
and-
He said that he had psychic powers and all this kind of stuff. But this guy was on TV for a long time back, and that he was on Carson all the time. And I don't know what he's doing now, but I know there were a lot of people in the illusionist community who were constantly calling bull shrimp on Uri Geller. I was a kid, so I was just like, this guy bent a spoon, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess my thing is when it's like psychics or psychic mediums or whatever. I mean, I feel like people have a certain amount of intuition that you're born with. Some people are better at reading people's emotions in general. I'm not talking about a psychic or a medium. Like, some people are completely oblivious to when someone is feeling a certain way or
I believe in empath, like an empath, like an
Right,
actual
but there's someone
that
right.
can pick up on your energy and like really feels that. That exists.
But what I'm saying is if that exists, why is it such a stretch to take it one step further? That someone could be so in tune with another person or with their aura or whatever. Yes, exactly.
Because the aura part is not quantifiable.
It's predicated.
Yeah.
You're taking a big leap. It's not just a matter of degree there. It's predicated on believing a lot of other things too. If you say some people might have an enhanced sense of something, you might be able to make a case for that.
An enhanced sense of people is what I mean. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at reading people. Like, when I meet someone, you can kind of figure them out or you see what they're about or
okay.
like.
What am I thinking right now?
That's not what I meant. I mean, like, just personality
I'm
traits
gonna
and
let
emotions.
you know. Knowing me, you could probably guess.
That I'm wrong. That I'm an idiot.
Well, no, I was going to say boobs.
Oh.
But
That's different, though, than somebody saying they know where your grandmother is.
And I agree, but I'm saying, like, if someone is born with that, I've always had this, draw to people, and I've always been very good at reading people and in social situations, and if that is something like magicians hone for 30 years and they focus fully on understanding people without communication, I don't think it's that far of a stretch that someone would be able to connect with you in a way like that.
Except that what you're describing just requires decades of work.
And also,
but we don't know that they don't have that.
And again, if they're connecting with a human that is alive, that I can understand. But when you take it to the metaphysical realm,
I can talk to your dead dad.
Yeah, that's when I go, I don't think that is a power that you can have.
Did you give your dad a word before he died?
Oh, I should have.
A lot of people have done
you?
that. Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
But my former sister-in-law did.
Mm-hmm.
We found this out later. My sister-in-law was always my youngest brother's now ex-wife. She was just different than the other wives in the family. I like her. I think she's real sharp, but she's just not like, she's not overly demonstrative and whatever. She's just kind of a little bit more reserved. And so I guess in my family that rubs some people around. I don't know. But supposedly she went in and talked to my dad that the first weekend where we thought he was not going to last through the first weekend. Mm-hmm. He ended up dying the following weekend. But that first weekend, everybody was coming from far and wide to say their goodbyes because we thought that was it. She came and I guess had a conversation with my dad about something she wanted him to tell her so that and she's such a rational person too that it really, when this story was being relayed to me later on, I was just so taken aback that she was doing that.
Yeah.
So maybe she was just like, hey, let's see,
Yeah.
So supposedly she asked my dad
for like signs
to give her some kind of
signals.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that he's around.
And as a result, I I haven't heard any indication that happened.
Are you in contact with her, though? Like, have you checked in? Like, hey, is my dad said pineapple or whatever?
No, because she didn't tell me the story directly. I heard it secondhand, so I thought maybe it was something that she didn't want. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I didn't want to presume to insert myself into that situation. It was clearly a private moment between her and my dad. So I wasn't going to, hey.
Oh, what is that?
And I think the key to that situation, too, is keeping that word just between the two people, because otherwise it can be spread around and be used to make you think that, like, oh, someone found out.
Yeah.
It's got to, and if the word was pineapple, what was your dad into? That's like a swinger thing.
Oh, is it? It's a fruit. I mean,
Yeah, but it makes your skeet taste better, I guess. And so
But
it's
it's,
a whole day's-
but also, like, if like a woman's wearing upside down pineapples, I guess that's like a sign at bars.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
like
never
a
heard of
brooch?
that?
upside down pineapple?
I don't know
Maybe
exactly
they just
what it
want
is,
a pina
but it's
colada.
like if
or
a
that
girl's
shot
wearing
is an upside down
pineapples
pineapple.
at a bar or something like that it's some sort of swinger code.
Wow.
Oh,
one of
wait,
them.
yeah. Pineapple
Upside
signal
down
for
pineapple.
swinging.
Huh.
Pineapple is placed on your porch or mailbox by swingers. It lets everyone know that there is a swinger party going on.
What? Come
A
on.
pineapple that is turned upside down is when there is someone looking for a swinger party.
Oh.
Swingers also use the symbol
Upside
to
down.
look for each other in public. So pineapples
Why
apparently
that?
is I don't know.
I need a swinger to call me because I know there are plenty of them out in Stark County and, wherever people are really bored, there's middle-aged swingers. I need
so
somebody
funny.
to get me hip to this. And
Secret
The reason
symbol.
I knew that is because a friend of mine posted a picture in like a pineapple tank top or something, and then she's like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not a swinger.
Please stop messaging me."
I just like pineapples. I'm not wearing that shirt anymore." Very
Wow.
funny, yeah.
huh.
Oh, Jason messaged me and said that Honest Liar documentary is about the Amazing Randy. The
Oh,
guy
it
that
is?
you're
Okay.
talking about.
All
yeah.
right.
Cool. I'm watching that.
The guy who said $1 million to anybody who can prove psychic abilities
Right.
or whatever, or paranormal.
Mike in Parma wants to know if my dad is supposed to ruffle some curtains at my brother's house. No, I don't know that that's... Someone already did that. I watched a great movie last night on Shudder for people who have the Shudder app. It's all
The
horror
horror
movies.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called The Dark and the Wicked. It starts bleak and it ends even bleaker. So it's, but it's like a nice, tight 90-minute movie for people who are looking for something fun to watch, maybe around midnight or whatever. It's real creepy, real dark. It's a devil movie, but it's not people throwing up pea soup and head spinning and stuff like that. But I'll throw that one out there for people who are interested. You can always leave us messages, by the way, on, you can always call our after hours line, but the quick ones, you can leave us the short messages on the iHeartRadio app. Little talkback button there.
I think you guys are the best radio station in the Cleveland area. My name is Bibble.
Bibble!
I already like this guy. I'm waiting for a big butt there.
I
but
love Bibble.
I think you guys are the best radio station in the Cleveland area. My name is Bibble. And just want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart, from the tips of my toes to the top of my head. Y'all good? My name is Bibble. Bibble. Peace out, y'all.
Oh, all right. Hey, thanks, Bibble. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Bibs.
that. I thought
Bibble.
it was, it was all love. I thought he was
Bibble loves us.
in somewhere else. Bibble.
Thanks, Bibble.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
Bibble made my day
I was
right
on
there.
my way to buying some meth in Elyria in Lorain County and thought of you guys because they have Kit Kats blueberry muffin flavored Kit Kats at their Family Dollar. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And hey man, meth ain't that bad.
That guy's still that's the winner. All right, I got to take a break. If you want to text for something, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. You can watch live and listen anywhere on right there, that iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.